We are live, and it is our Christmas spectacular.
Yeah.
Our guest today, Kris, tell me how to say your last name.
My last name, DeBruine.
DeBruine. I was going to say DeBruine, so I would have screwed it up. So thank you, Kris. What are you going to teach us today?
Hey, I'm going to share with you a very festive still life scene that I set up here at my house, and I'm going to paint it for you in watercolor.
Awesome. You know what else, Kris?
What's that?
I've got about $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 worth of stuff I'm going to give away today.
Wow. Awesome.
Because it's Christmas.
It's Christmas.
So I'm going to go through that right now. I'm going to show the slides. I'm going to take you off for a second and let everybody see what we're going to do. First off, to win, you're going to go to @school.live. Put your name and information in, and then we will send you a note before December 25th at midnight to let you know, oh, you've got to go in there. I guess that's, you got to go there before December 25th. That way, if you're watching on replays or otherwise, you can still win, okay? We're also going to give some away to our guests live on comments today. Okay, let me show you what we've got. Here's some of the stuff we're going to give away. We're going to give away a digital subscription to Plein magazine and a digital subscription to Fine Art Connoisseur magazine. We're going to give away some digital videos, streaming videos. We're going to give away these different ones. We got a whole bunch of them to give away. Wow, that's spectacular. What else do we have? We have, we're going to give away at least one ticket, maybe a master ticket to all of our online art instruction events, conferences, Watercolor Live, Plein Air Live, Acrylic Live, Pastel Live, Realism Live. And we're going to give away a ticket to my Art Business Mastery Day for January 10th. And what else? We're going to give, oh no, we're not doing that. Really? Okay. We're going to give away a ticket to the Plein Air Convention. Wow. That is huge. Wow. That, and winners will be contacted by December 30th to let you know. So here again, here's what you're going to do. We're going to tell you this later too. You're going to go to artschool.live, not .com, artschool.live, and you're going to put your information in to win a prize. Okay. Now let's get right to our demo. Merry Christmas, everybody, by the way. I am going to do a show on Christmas, but it's a little hard to get guests on Christmas Day. You know what I'm saying? So I may have to see if I can find somebody who's in a place where it's Christmas isn't being celebrated. We'll just have to see if we can find somebody, but I'll be here. But today is our Christmas spectacular, and we're going to do still life paintings. Okay, Kris, let's get back to you, and then we'll go into the comments. We're going to interrupt you from time to time. We're going to go into the comments and start giving some stuff away. All right?
Awesome. Yes, that's great. Thank you so much.
Okay, are you ready? Are you ready to teach?
I am ready. Yes.
You know, we should
so
show some of your
artwork
artwork.
today.
Let's show some of your artwork before we have you teach, so that everybody knows. Okay, this is watercolor, folks. Kris DeBruine, beautiful. I love birds. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful atmosphere. Okay, apples and a plate. That's hard to do. Well, maybe not that hard, but hard enough that I don't know how to do it. Okay, Kris. Well, Merry Christmas. Where are you right now? Where is Santa going to visit you?
I live in Bellingham, Washington, way up in the northwest corner of the United States.
Oh, so he kind of hits you guys first, because he starts from the North Pole, he hits Canada, then he comes down to you.
Yeah, I think so.
And then he goes across the United States.
We get the best gifts because, he hasn't run out yet by the time he gets here. So, yeah, it's awesome.
Santa never runs out of gifts. Never runs out of gifts. But I'm going to play Santa today, and we're going to give away a lot of gifts, several.
That sounds awesome. All those gifts look amazing. That's
all right.
Great.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kris, was there a particular gift that I talked about on there that really you would get excited about?
Wow. I mean, either Watercolor Live or Plein Air. I think Watercolor Live would be awesome because I'm a watercolor artist, and that is such a great event. And so I've actually been looking at it for a couple of years about attending. I have a day job. I'm a high school teacher, so I can't actually, sometimes it's hard to attend these events right now.
I'm going to do something very special for you. You ready?
What's that?
Not only am I going to give you a ticket to Watercolor Live.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to give you a licensed ticket. Do you know what that means?
Oh, wow. Yes, I
So
do
we
know.
have these license tickets if school teachers want to be able to show to their whole class. So you could have Watercolor Live running in your classes all week long,
Oh,
and
my
you can
goodness.
be teaching your class and they can be watching Watercolor Live. You get a little bit of a break. They're going to get inspired and learn a lot. So you can you just get your projector and hook it up to the big screen, and we can set this up. If anybody is an art teacher, they want to get a license ticket. We don't talk about that on the website, but
I've never heard of that. That's amazing.
Yeah, and we have some people who are doing this now, and their kids love it, and they look forward to it. And of course, it's gives the teacher a break because they get to watch too. They can answer questions, so it's really terrific. So
yeah, anytime you can provide a teacher with curriculum support, the teacher loves you. So thank you very much. That's awesome.
The more teachers I can have love me, the better off I am, right? Okay.
Making up for the old days.
We love teachers. As a matter of fact, we do have some scholarships for teachers to the Plein Air Convention too. So, okay, so you've got that. Now let's go ahead and get teaching. Ahmadine will follow up with you and make sure that happens for you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
You're very welcome.
All right, let's jump into it. So today I'm going to be doing a still life painting in watercolor. Here's my reference image. So I chose a very festive theme, Christmas, the holidays. I've got my sparkling cider there and a candle and ornaments and some glasses. I want to talk really briefly before I start my painting, actually about why still life is a great subject matter and how to set up your own still life in your own home and why I suggest you do that. First of all, why still life? Well, I live in the Pacific Northwest and it rains all the time. And so sometimes it's hard to get outside and paint like I would like to. I do landscape as well. But if I'm stuck inside, setting up a still life in my home and painting is an awesome option. And so for you, that might also be something that really works. But instead of just finding something online, like a picture, a reference image online, I highly encourage you to create your own still life, like I've done here. In fact, I actually made a couple of still life setups. You can see here's some cookies. I made those Russian tea cakes the other day.
You made those?
I made those cookies. Yeah, those are my favorite.
Listen, I'll give you my address off once we're off the air, and I would certainly welcome those.
All right, I'll send you some. Yeah, it's a traditional family recipe. And so I set that up. You can see a little different setup there. I also had, let's see, this setup, just very simple, some presents and ornaments and a candle. And then the one I landed on for today's painting was this one. But I want to talk a little bit about when you set up a still life, one thing you have to do, most people don't realize this, you really need to create a strong light source. I got a light out of my garage, like a strong light, work light, and I set it up to the right. You can see here the light's coming from the right and it's casting a shadow from the candle, and the glasses on the plate are casting a shadow, and all of that is happening. And so when you have a strong light source coming from one direction, it adds, it creates interesting value shapes, which are important. It creates shadows, and it creates a sense of place where your objects are set in space because of the shadows and because of the strong light. So I really encourage you to do that. Yeah, so I did that with all of these. You can kind of see there's a strong light source and there's shadows in all of these. And all of these, you can see here the light source is on the left and it's shining towards the right. You can see the shadows. So, okay, enough about that. But I encourage you to do that. But today we're going to paint this painting. And also a couple things about still lifes. And I encourage you to find a theme and then some objects around your house that reflect that theme and put them together in an interesting arrangement like this. You might want to experiment with them, experiment with the arrangement, the lighting, and then take some pictures so that you can later paint those still life setups and refer back to them later. So that's what I did here. So anyways, I'm going to get started now painting this still life. Now I kind of cheated because I realized that still life was pretty complicated. And it was going to take me way more than 45 minutes or whatever I have here today to paint it. So Here's my painting area. There's the reference image in the upper right, so you can refer to it. But I actually already put down the first wash. And so you can see here, I sketched in the subject matter, and I went ahead and put in my first wash. I want to talk a little bit about the first wash. I'm going to kind of break down the steps to a watercolor painting for those that are fairly new to watercolor. Typically, most watercolor artists will talk about painting in 3 steps. The first wash, the middle values, and then the dark details. And so the first wash, you're going to use very thin paint. Some people call it tea consistency paint. And so you can see my palette over here on the right. I'll mix up very, very thin washes of paint. When I say tea consistency, think of a cup of tea, very thin, much more water than there is pigment or color. And you're going to do your first wash with that. Now, the trick of the first wash, especially in watercolor, is you want to paint everything except for the white highlights. So if we look at my painting that I already finished this first wash, we can see, and actually also if you look at the reference image in the upper right corner, look at that reference image, kind of squint and ask yourself, where are the whites in that painting? Where are the places that are completely white or very close to white? You can see it's the right side of the bottle. And it's of course, the flame and the candle itself here. And maybe this label on the bottle. And there's some highlights around the rims of each of the glasses that are pretty white. That's pretty small, but they're there. And then the plate itself is not entirely white, but the plate has some areas that are pretty white in it. And so when you're painting that first wash, you want to, with that tea consistency paint, you want to paint everything except for those white areas. Here's the tricky part about watercolor. You can't get the whites back. Once you paint over them, they're gone. I mean, you can lift a bit, you can scrub a bit, and maybe get some of that paint up, but it's pretty hard to do. And so you want to retain those whites. That's the tricky part of the first wash, is just not painting across those light areas. So now I'm ready for my second wash, or sorry, my second step, which is my middle value shapes. And I'm going to go ahead, and what you're going to do in this stage is you're going to mix up. I'm going to kind of start from the upper left because I'm right-handed. I'm going to kind of work through the painting down this direction, and I'm going to mix up thicker paint. So it's not going to be tea consistency. It's going to probably be more like milk, maybe even cream consistency, much thicker paint. And I'm going to blend lots of colors, and I'm just going to work across the painting with these darker values. You want to, when you're
we interrupt this program. All right. Here's the deal. I'm sorry, Kris, but we interrupt this program for a prize giveaway because this is the Christmas Spectacular.
It's awesome.
Will you forgive me for a second?
I go for it. Yeah.
Right. So here's what we're going to do. Let's pull up the Watercolor Live. So here's the thing. There's 2 ways to enter today. We're going to do some giveaways, not all of them, because we've got like $3,000 in giveaways. We're going to do some of them in the chat, and we're going to do some of them. We're going to do all of them. All of them are going to be, if you go to artschool.live and enter, then all of them are going to be in there. And you have till December 25th. That way replay people watching replays can still enter. And then we'll notify you by mail. Not by mail, by email. Duh. Okay. By December 30th. Okay. We got to give our team a little bit of time off. Now, here's the deal. In the chat right now, I'm going to give away a ticket to our online conference, which is in January, called Watercolor Live. So all you got to do is go into the chat right now and say, pick me for WCL. Pick me for WCL. Now we're going to go in there right now and see if you do that. Pick me for WCL. Okay. Let's go into the chat and see if anybody's doing it yet. All right, you guys, if you want to go to Watercolor Live, if you're not going, all right. Okay, now there's a whole bunch coming in. It's taking a little lagging. Okay, here we go. Get them in there. We're going to pick one right now. Okay, here we go. Wow, they're still coming in. They're coming in at a rapid rate. Okay, if you're already signed up, thank you for doing that. Okay, that's good that you're letting somebody else win. All right. Diane Dalton. Pick me faux Watercolor Live. All right, Diane Dalton. So you need to communicate with 𝗵𝗿𝗲, my producer, and we'll have to figure out how to do that. Okay. So 𝗵𝗿𝗲 will let us know, but you are going to Watercolor Live. Okay, we're going to interrupt the program several times today. I'm sorry, but this is what we do on Christmas. Now we're going to get back to Kris DeBruine. Kris, let's do this.
Yeah, you don't have to apologize for giving stuff away. That's awesome. Congratulations to the winner. So I was painting while you were talking. So again, I'm starting with this middle value, and I'm just going to work my way. And I'm using thicker paint. You can see the thicker paint there, kind of on my palette, mixing up. I'm using this ultramarine blue, and I like green gold a lot, but I also want to neutralize it a bit. So I'm going to bring in some red, and I'm just going to keep working. This bottle over on the left is pretty dark. If I squint and look at the values there, I'm seeing that's a pretty dark value. So I want to come in pretty dark, thicker paint. But you don't want to just paint everything with this darker value paint, because you want some of that light wash from the first wash to just shine through. And you can see it there in the reference image. There are lighter areas in the bottle there. So the important part is to kind of squint at your reference image and just paint these value shapes.
And what about backgrounds?
Backgrounds, good question. I approach it differently different times. Sometimes I will paint, start and paint the whole the background and the subject matter together. I'll start in the upper left corner or whatever. But sometimes I don't. I kind of evaluate the picture and how complex it is, maybe, and decide whether or not I'm going to just do a simple background. I don't really want. I want a pretty simple background in this, because the subject matter itself is so complex, and so I'm just, maybe at the end I'll just kind of do some very abstract, darken it a bit. But I decided to just go, other than that first wash, I decided to just go straight into this.
Well, one thing I want to point out to people who might not understand these things, because my job is translator, and that is that if you put a dark next to a light, it'll make it seem brighter.
That's right. Yes. And sometimes I think about my background and I think, okay, this bottle is really dark. So maybe I want, even though in the reference image it's dark back there, maybe I'll leave it light so that, and not follow the reference exactly, but decide to leave it light back there so there'll be greater contrast with the bottle and that. And I do think about those types of things as well. And so, yeah, great question. Great point. What's your favorite medium of painting, Eric?
Oh, come on. That's like asking me which of my triplets is my favorite.
You have
I'll tell you
triplets?
something. I love it all. And one of the things I discovered, Kris, is when we started doing Watercolor Live and some of the other events, Pastel Live, etc., I realized that I needed to learn these mediums so that I could promote them, right? And so I started painting in watercolor. I started painting in pastel. I started painting in gouache. And all of a sudden I got more invigorated about my work, because I have stations set up in my studio now. So sometimes I feel like painting watercolor. Sometimes I don't want to, have to deal with the oils. I am mostly an oil painter, but I like them all. And I'm even doing acrylic gouache now, regular gouache, watercolor. And I was going to make a trek to the art store today for some Christmas shopping for myself. And I was thinking about getting some of those new watercolor inks. I'm interested in those. So I'm an art.
You do everything.
Well, I'm trying to, and I'm starting to get to, after attending these events, I'm actually starting to do a lot of those things well. When I first started, I wasn't, but after watching Watercolor Live, made a huge dip.
Yeah, that's great.
All right, stay tuned, because we got big prizes coming up today. we have the scroll at the bottom of the screen. We've got at least $3,000 in prizes today, and some are going to be given away in chat. Some are going to be given away by going to artschool.live. Everybody should do that. Go to artschool.live and make sure you sign up to win a possible prize. Okay. Now, I'm not going to interrupt Kris while she's painting, but I am going to give away something else right now. I'm going to give away a ticket to Art Business Mastery Day, which is my one-day event coming up on January 10th, where I'm going to teach you guys, me and about 7 guests are going to teach you guys about the things you need to do to make more money in 2025. So we'll do this one in the chat. So just put, I want to go. Just put, I want to go in the chat right now. Meanwhile, I'll pick a winner in a minute while Kris, you can continue to talk. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Yeah, no, that's great. What kinds of things are going to be covered in that? The business, because I'm really interested in that. I was telling 𝗵𝗿𝗲𝗰𝗍, your producer, before you came on, I'm going to be retiring before too long as a teacher. And so I really want to go full time with my art. I want to make
you're perfect.
Yeah. And so, but you know, I'm not a business person.
No,
So,
well, none of us are. We have to learn these things.
Yeah.
So the starting point is I'm going to talk about overcoming this mindset of I'm not a business person.
The thing I just said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I have one of the world's leading goal setting specialists, 𝗬𝗵𝗿𝗶𝗀𝘁𝗺, is going to be on. She's going to talk about goal setting and manifestation, how to make your goals happen. And then we're going to talk about strategy, because nobody understands strategy. They always focus on tactic. And so strategy is really, really important. So we'll get into strategy, and then we're going to talk about all kinds of things. We've got a guest who's going to teach how to get into an art gallery, somebody who owns an art gallery. We have a top Instagram influencer, Andrew Tischler from New Zealand. He's going to teach us how he built his Instagram so big and how he's making money with it, how to sell online. Katie Reeves is going to be coming on, and she is an expert in advertising. She's going to come on and talk about advertising. Brandon Vasquez is coming on, and he's a top email marketing specialist. He's going to talk about building your list and email marketing and your newsletters and how to make that stuff sing. Dale Dablowski is going to talk about advertising on Facebook and Instagram and the pros and cons of that. Let's see who else. Christina is going to come on, and Christina is going to be talking about building Instagram and Facebook and social media. I'll be teaching about pricing and a bunch of other stuff. And then we're going to create goal setting together. We're going to create a calendar together. And the goal is for you to leave with a plan for 2025. Wow. And even though we're starting this in 2025, there's still time. If you take your plan and implement 2 or 3 of the things, it will make a huge difference in your ability to make your money. And the other thing I did, Kris, is I really want people to make a lot of money this year. I think we've got a boom coming, and I think we want to take advantage of the boom. But I'm also going to teach how to sell in a bad economy if there's no boom. I was talking to an artist friend the other day. His income dropped from 100,000 to 40,000 last year because he didn't know how to sell in a bad economy. So we're going to talk about that. So anyway, that's a full 8-hour day. It's going to be jam-packed, and it will be incredible. And I'm not teaching all of it. I am hosting it, and I'm going to be asking a lot of questions and Q&A. You'll have a chance to Q&A. And so it's only $47. It's
oh, wow.
Yeah. So anybody, even a school teacher.
I can do that. Well, what's the date on it?
It's January 10th.
Awesome. Okay.
Friday. All right. So if you put, I want to go in, I'm going to grab somebody right now. And Sandy White says, I want to go. So Sandy, scroll back through the comments. It tells you exactly how to contact us by email, because you're going to go to Art Business Mastery on January 10th. I'm losing my voice. I guess that means I better quiet myself now.
Yeah, I guess I should talk for a little while you get your voice back. Awesome. So I'm kind of going, as I said I was going to do, I'm kind of moving across the painting, and this idea of connecting value shapes. So you can kind of see, I started and I moved down the bottle, and then once I got down here, I kind of moved into this kind of an ornament back here, and it connects. These are similar values here. Of course, they're totally different colors. And so I switch colors to an orangey, a burnt sienna, and come across into here. Then this shape actually connects right into the shadow that's being cast by the candle, which is kind of cool. It's that connection, so that you don't want to paint like bottle here, ornament here, candle there, and separate them all. You want them to be connected. And that's what you do in that middle value step. You connect these shapes by connecting value shapes. And of course, you've heard the saying, values does all the work while color gets the credit. People love color, and color is awesome. And of course, it's very important. But really understanding how to get to create your value shapes is, I would say, more important than getting maybe the right color in a particular part of your painting. I have to step back for a second and kind of look at what I'm doing here. But that's what I'm doing at this point. Trying to I squint at the reference image. I see the values, the relative lightness and darkness of what I'm painting. And then I say, okay, and then I look at my painting, and am I catching that correct value? And
Kris wants to know what color red that was you just put on.
I am using permanent alizarin crimson. All my that's my cooler red, and I do have a warmer red. I have a pyro red, but I haven't really used that yet. I would use that when I got into these ornaments on the right, because they're more of a warm red. But to mix in with my blues and even browns, I'm using this permanent alizarin crimson. All right, and I'm mixing it with a lot of blue. I'm hardly using anything right out of the tube at this point. I'm mixing everything. My primary colors at this point, my main colors that I'm using are probably French ultramarine for my blue, my permanent alizarin crimson, and I'm using quinacridone gold actually for my yellow, which is much more of an earthy yellow and golden yellow. So, and I've got other colors I'm mixing in as well. Of course, some green gold and some things to get the green. All right, now I'm lost. What am I doing here? What am I doing? I think what I would want to do here is as I made it this far in the painting, now I want to move into the dark areas of these globes or ornaments, whatever you call it, on the right. So I think I actually will grab my warmer red, because these are definitely more of a warm red, a red that leans more towards yellow. And so I'm connecting again. I'm connecting the dark of that edge of that candle, and where it touches, there's some dark areas there where they catch, and I'm just going to move right through and put in this darker value. And maybe being careful to not paint in some areas where I want to retain more of a highlight look, like that. I actually see some of that is even a little bit warmer. It's reflecting some of the yellow. So I'm just going to drop in some of this clean gold here as well. And you don't want to just put down big masses of the same color, right? You want, in watercolor, everything blends so wonderfully. So you want to just be constantly coming in, picking up different colors and dropping them in. And over on the right side of this globe, there's actually a bit of shadow. So it actually goes from being red to being, more of a purple.
What ages are the students that you teach?
I teach high school.
You teach high school?
High school, yes. Everyone always says,
are your kids
"Oh, you're such a saint," when I tell them I do that. But I love high school kids.
Are your kids watching this?
No, they're all on Christmas break or summer.
Okay, so you need to tell them how famous you actually are.
Oh, okay.
Okay, like you're on YouTube now, and this show has had over 16 million views.
Wow, really?
And there's very likely that your show will have at least a couple 100,000 views.
Wow,
You're the most famous art teacher that they know.
that's awesome.
So you need to get them to watch this.
Okay, I will. I'll tell them that'll win me at least a couple days of them listening to me, maybe. It's the way it goes in high school. They're high school kids.
Yeah.
But I love them. They're great. All right. I kind of moved from red into kind of purple and all that. And
I like that.
actually simplified this area over here because initially there was like 3 different globes and I was having a hard time. Like I said, I painted it prior to the show today once. And I'll show both versions when I get done. We can see how they differ. I do that. I paint things more than once. I think that's actually another good practice. A lot of times people paint something once, then maybe they get frustrated, they don't like it or whatever, and they go away, I think paint it again, try something different. I think that's a really, can be very helpful.
Absolutely.
A good learning, yeah.
If you're an art teacher and you're watching today, put something in the comments. You deserve lots of props, lots of respect. We love you. And whether you're an art teacher in a school or whether you teach art to students of any kind, any age, put something in the comments.
Yep. Love to know if there's teachers out there. All right. Then we get kind of into some different colors down there. I'm just going to finish that out. Now, I have to admit that sometimes when I'm in this stage of the painting process, I'm in that middle value connecting shapes thing, sometimes there's an ugly stage to a painting. I don't know if you've ever experienced that.
Every day.
Every day. And I don't know, to me, it's always in this stage of a watercolor where you are trying to define the shapes and you're partway through that process. You haven't put in the dark details yet. And I don't know. And that can be the stage where people want to give up or they get frustrated. And my big encouragement to my students at that point is, don't give up. Keep going. Keep working it. Keep working your vision because you'll come through that. And a lot of times when you add those dark details at the end in watercolor, that can really be a point at which you see things come together. So anyways, it happens to me all the time.
I have a lot of art teachers chiming in the chat. Thank you for that. Thank you for your service. This is such an important thing. Guitar lessons, that doesn't count, but it is an art. No, Susan, I would hope you'll give me guitar lessons. I need all the help I can get. Wow.
Yeah, I play guitar too.
Okay, here's one. I'm just going to grab this one here. I'm going to pull it on screen. Brenda says, I am an art teacher for 49 years now. I teach preschool through graduate level college, community events, senior citizens through the Brenda Jagger Art Studio. All right, Brenda, you are going to Acrylic Live as our guest.
Wow.
Acrylic Live. So make sure that you send an email where Almadine says you to send it. And you are going as my guest to Acrylic Live because you are such a hero. Congratulations. I saw somebody else in here. Let's see here. Okay, here. Retired 4 years now from teaching 35 years, teaching grades 6 through 12. Okay, Mary Beth, you are going to Pastel Live. Congratulations, Pastel Live. Just email us. We're going to make sure you get Pastel Live. Merry Christmas. Okay, let's see. Lots of art teachers. Diane Dalton, you have been teaching for over 30 years. Congratulations. You are going to Plein Air Live. Plein Air Live is my guest.
Wow.
Send us an email. Happy Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Wow, you guys, I get to play Santa Claus. It's fun.
That's amazing how many teachers are in the comments. That's great.
Oh, I love it. I love teachers. I'll tell you, you know, and teaching is such a special gift. And not everybody has that gift. It takes a lot of patience, takes a lot of creativity to try to figure out how to get them to listen.
Yep. That's right. And you had, I think all three that you mentioned there all look like they had been teaching 30 plus years. That to me, I haven't made it to that point. I started.
How many years have you been teaching?
I've been 22.
That's pretty remarkable.
Yeah, not as long as those people, those ladies.
Well,
wow, 30, 35. That's amazing.
Yeah. Well, wait till we celebrate 35 years of Art School Live.
Right.
You're like, yeah, right. He's never going to make it.
No, I could.
I'll make it. I'll make it.
Oh, well, I am. Sometimes it's hard to talk when you're painting, but
I can talk anywhere, anytime. Just wind me up.
Yeah.
And we'll talk. Okay, we need everybody to tell us where you're watching from. We love it when you guys chime in, and we would hope that you'll subscribe to this program. We're trying to hit our, we had a goal of hitting 100,000 by last Christmas, and we hit it. It took us almost 4 years to get there. And now we have a goal of getting to 150,000 by the end of this year. And so that means we're at 139,000 right now. So we've got 11,000 to go. And anybody watching this, it's not a subscriber. If you go to YouTube and look up Art School Live, you would be doing us a big solid. Just saying. Okay, go into the comments if you're not a subscriber. Tell me you're not, and then I'm going to scold you. Don't do it.
I just subscribed to your Instagram yesterday.
Oh, well, I see that Diane already won Watercolor Live 2025. Well, I guess she's getting two gifts now. All right. Okay, we have somebody in Prague, Czech Republic, Scotland, Angus in Scotland. Okay, let's see here. Prague. All right, 𝗵𝗵𝗶𝗀, Merry Christmas. You're going to Watercolor Live. We have people from all over the world, all over the world watching, and you're going to go to Watercolor Live in January. So 𝗵𝗵𝗶𝗀 in Prague, congratulations. Just email us. Well, instructions are in the chat. And now I can't find him to turn him off. There we go. And let's see here. Angus in Scotland, Richard Allen. You are going to Watercolor Live as my guest as well in January. Congratulations. Richard Allen, Angus in Scotland. Congratulations. Make sure you email us. All right. I'm just giving away a ton of stuff today. That's how you get people to give comments. You start giving stuff away, and all of a sudden they're going to give comments.
Right.
If you guys want to win, just go to artschool.live. We got about $3,000 worth of prizes, and enter before December 25th. And we did that so that people watching replays, because more people watch replays than watch live. So Watercolor Live is going to be spectacular this year.
Who's going to be some of your guest watercolor artists?
Well, I don't want to get into all of them because there they are. They're on the screen. Alvaro Castanet, Thomas W. Schaller. I mean, two giant superstars, yes. And then tons of other superstars in there. Harsh is from England, and we've got Bjorn. I think he's from Sweden. We've got people all over the world teaching. All right. Lisa Wang from New Zealand. Hello, Netherlands.
Is Watercolor Live, it's completely online, right?
It's 100% online. So you can watch. There's 3 days of Watercolor Live, and there's a 4th pre-event day called Essentials Day, which everybody attends because it's never hurts to have reminders. but it's also good for the beginners. And so Essentials Day, and then 3 other days. So it's 4 days in all.
Wow, that's great.
I hope we're not breaking any rules by giving away all this stuff online. Hello, Netherlands. Did I say that? Hello, Italy.
If you have people from the Netherlands, they'll probably recognize my name because DeBruine is Dutch.
Oh.
And whenever I meet a Dutch person, they always go, "Oh, DeBruine, very Dutch." It's like Smith, I think, in the Netherlands.
I saw a picture last night of where was it? Norway, I guess, where the Northern Lights were just amazing. I want to go. And I'd like to go back to the Netherlands. I love the Netherlands.
I've never been there.
I took a group of art collectors there one year. We had a great time. I painted. All right. I think I'm going to interrupt again, Kris.
Oh, no problem.
All right. Well, this is our Christmas spectacular, and my name is Santa Eric, and our guest today is Kris DeBruine. She's teaching watercolor, and we're giving away a ton of stuff. So I'm going to give away a really big prize now, but we're going to give away a lot of these. So the first thing I want you to know is we've got over $3,000 in prizes, and if you go to artschool.live, not .com, artschool.live, and enter your name and email, we're going to do a drawing. You've got to do this before December 25th. We're doing it this way so people who are not watching live can still get a chance to win. And we're going to give away all the prizes I've been giving away today. We're going to give them all away again on this if you haven't had a chance to win. But right now, okay, 𝗵𝗿𝗄𝗰, pull up the slide for the big one. You ready? Okay, right now, you can win a ticket to the Plein Air Convention in Lake Tahoe and Reno. This is a ticket. It's a regular ticket, regular admission ticket, allows you to go to the event. You'll have to pay for your own hotel room and your own travel and your own meals, but this is a ticket to the event. And it's a pretty pricey ticket. And we sell out every year. We're almost sold out now. I think there's less than 200 seats left. I haven't looked since Christmas, or since before Christmas. So this is in May. And if you win it, we hope that you're somebody who, if you apply to win it, we hope you're somebody who's not already going, because we would like to get new people there. And so I want you to go into the comments right now. We call it PACE, for Plein Air Convention and Expo. Go into the comments right now and say, I want to go to PACE. I want to go to PACE. Pick me. I want to go to PACE. Put that, you got to use those exact words. I want to go to PACE. I want to go to PACE. Don't tell me it's your birthday. Don't say pick me. Say I want to go to PACE. All right. We're gonna let this go for a while. Kris, you keep teaching.
Okay, I will.
And while we're just gonna let it build up, because this is a big prize. This is worth a couple $1,000s. So all right. And by the way, you've got to be able to go. So if you're in Europe or someplace and I pick you, you got to be willing to go. All right. And that's in May. Okay. So start filling it out. I want to go to PACE, and we're going to let you keep teaching. This one, I'm just going to let this roll for a minute or two while people do it, and then we'll scroll through.
You bet. All right. I'm down to the plate now, white plate. You know, white is always difficult a little challenging to paint, whether it's snow or a white dog, or in this case, a white plate, because we all know that white isn't really white when you paint it. It's reflecting all the other colors in the surrounding scene. And so I'm sitting here trying to figure out what this color over here on the right side of the plate, what is that? Like, I'm looking at the reference image and I'm thinking, well, it's very neutralized, first of all. And it's not saturated color, very neutralized. And so I'm mixing up kind of all the primaries here. I'm starting with kind of a yellow. It has a pretty strong yellow tint to it. But then I'm also bringing in some of my red, which of course gets more orange. And then that's too orange. And so then I might, to neutralize it a bit, grab a little of my blue. And again, but in this case, I'm just really applying what's called a glaze over what I already have. I already have some color there, but I want to emphasize it a bit more. And so I'm taking tea consistency paint and just with my brush, just kind of putting that in there and trying to get that a little bit of the shape of the plate, which is it's a fairly dark color there on that right-hand side. The other dark areas on this plate, of course, are the reflections starting here inside the glass stems. And again, it's kind of that same color to neutralize kind of bluish orange. I don't even know how to describe the color. It's very hard to define. But I'm just going to come and
what's it called?
Neutralize bluish orange. I don't know.
And that's an actual color you can buy?
No, I'm mixing up all these colors here on my palette. No, they're not a color you can buy, to my knowledge. I imagine it looks like a watered down burnt umber almost.
All right, Kris, I need you to help me here.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to tell you when I start scrolling from the comments, and then we're going to scroll, and then you're going to say stop.
Okay.
And whenever you say stop, I'm going to show it.
Okay.
Ready? Go. Scroll.
Stop.
Scroll. Okay, the winner is Neil Patrick McMillan. I want to go to Pace. Woo-hoo.
Awesome.
All right, congratulations, Neil. Man, I think I'll give away one more. So let's do it again.
Okay, that's
Scroll.
Stop.
Okay, Joe Aubrey. Congratulations, Joe. You're going to the Plein Air Convention as my guest. Woohoo!
Wow,
Congratulations. My bookkeeper is going to be yelling at me today for giving away all this money. But it's Christmas.
That's very generous.
Well, you got to be generous. That's what it's all about.
That's awesome.
All right.
So the Plein Air Convention, I'm sorry, I was kind of thinking while you were talking, that's the Plein Air Convention in Tahoe?
The Plein Air Convention in Tahoe. Plein Air Convention. So what it is, it's 5 days. It's kind of like where artists get together because it's almost like our Thanksgiving, right? Mm-hmm. Because we're with family we want to be with. We meet lots of friends. There's about 1,200 artists who go. We have 5 stages of indoor teaching with big screens so you can see better than you can at a workshop. Mm. And so we have a main stage, we have a watercolor stage. Main stage does mostly oils, but some others, like for instance, Scott Christensen is oils. He'll be on the main stage. Joseph 𝗵𝗶𝗆 will be on the main stage. He's the top watercolor artist coming. And then we have a watercolor stage where we have other watercolor artists teaching. We have a demo stage. We have there's a whole bunch of different stages, and pastel stage. And so everybody can pick and choose what they want to do. If they don't like one, they can get up and walk to the other. And then we all go painting together every day. At the end of the day, we usually go about, midday. We have a giant expo hall, which is like a giant fun plein air specific tool things, right? I mean, you got everything that's plein air there, plein air easels you don't find in the stores, etc. And it's a huge event, and we have a great time. So this is our 11th, I believe, and this is going to be in Reno and Lake Tahoe. We're going to all go out painting in Lake Tahoe together and Reno together. We're going to be painting in Virginia City, an old Western town. It's so much fun. And there's only a couple hundred seats left from what I understand.
Wow. That sounds great.
And, you know, one of the cool things is you get to meet these people that you've only read about or heard about. So Terry Chancellor's in the chat. She said, I was so grateful I got to meet 𝗵𝗶𝗃𝗁 when we were in Colorado at PACE. And then, you know, last year, 𝗵𝗵 passed away, unfortunately. So, this is, you know, you should go when you can and meet all your great icons. We have Scott Christensen is doing a pre-convention workshop, which is extra. Joseph 𝗬𝗵𝗿𝗃 is doing a pre-convention workshop. This is the great watercolor artist from Australia. We also have a Plein Air Basics course where we teach you for a day. We teach you all about the different mediums, the different gear, how to paint outdoors, and then the faculty stays with you the whole week if you want to paint with them, and they work with you the whole week. And we also have what we call field painters or field coaches, and they're out there to help you. That way, anybody who wants help can get help.
Wow. That's amazing. Sounds fun. Hey, would you ever consider bringing it to the Pacific Northwest?
Oh, sure. We would consider anything.
It would be awesome. Now, we don't always have the most predictable weather in the, but you know, if it's, you know, we're real good in July, August, and early September around here, but
quite frankly, excuse me, at least as far as I know, this is as close as it's going to be to you in a long time.
okay. All right, then that's awesome. And it's in May, right?
Yeah. Are you teaching school then?
I am, yeah. I bring all my.
Well, we've had a lot of school teachers who have been able to get special time off, and some have been able to get their school systems to pay for it. Several have applied for grants and got grants.
Really?
So there's a lot of opportunity to come.
That's great. Yeah, I guess that would be continuing education from the point of a teacher. If you're, you know, as an art teacher, that would be great.
Yep, continuing education credits.
Yep. Well, this again is slow work here because there's so much detail in this. I'm kind of moving pretty slowly through this. Again, I think if I look at my reference and I look at my picture, some of my areas are dark enough, you know, like I've kind of gotten the value somewhat right, but other areas still not. And I think it feels like there's a big hole over here, light, kind of too light. And so your eye's kind of drawn into that. And I want to darken that a bit.
So we're going to wrap up in about 3 minutes.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my. Okay. Well,
our goal here is not to do finished paintings. Our goal here is to show you process.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that's good to know. I will, in a moment here, maybe show these two paintings that I did. Kind of like I said, I did this painting twice. Yeah, I darkened that a bit. So I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to turn off that reference image in the upper right corner. And then I will, the right one is the one I did just now. And the left one is the one I did earlier where I had more time. So, yeah.
I like them both. They're both.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you put back on camera so we can see you?
You bet.
Yeah, I like the dark around the candle so you can really see it.
Yeah,
That's
right. Yeah, I still need to do that.
Yeah, you're a good instructor.
Here.
Well, thank you, Kris.
You bet.
Merry Christmas. Thank you for being here. And we hope to see you at Watercolor Live with your students.
I'm looking forward to it. I'll be there for sure. Thank you.
All right. Terrific. Thanks again and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Okay, you guys, I got some things I want to tell you about before we go. And I'm going to give away some more prizes live, so don't go anywhere. The first thing I want to say is thank you and God bless you. You guys have been there. We have people who show up every day in the comments. We started this program during COVID, the first week of COVID. And we did 7 months in a row, 7 days a week. And then after that, we went to 5 days a week, and we have gone continuously 5 days a week since then. Now, we've changed things up a little bit. On Mondays, We do what I call Art Marketing Mondays, where I teach marketing. On Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we do teaching. On Fridays, we do Feedback Fridays, where I do critiques of paintings. And the whole goal is to help you get the confidence to learn art or to get better at art. We believe that anybody can learn to paint, and we believe it's a process. And so if you watch just 5 of our programs, you will get the confidence that you need, that you can do this. We've had people, thousands of people have contacted us over the years and said, you know, I started painting because of this program. You gave me the courage. You taught me how. And now the reality is you can take this to a much higher level. What we're doing here is with the artists in their own studios and their own cameras and so on. But I have something that I've been doing for a few years, which is beyond remarkable, if I might say so myself. And that is that we do training videos, art instruction videos. Some of them are 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. Some of them are 20 hours. We go to the world's leading artists and we take professional crews, and either they go to us or we come to them, and we take professional crews, high quality digital cameras, not this iPhone stuff, but the same stuff they use in the television shows, national television shows. We have videographers who are trained, who have done movies, who have done national television shows. They do the right lighting. We have these big expensive lenses. They do these incredible zoom in close-ups on things so you can see every brush stroke. And we have producers who produce these things, and we follow a protocol so that it's designed so that you can learn. And so if you want to learn, go to painttube.tv, and we have some Christmas specials up there right now, but we have courses for instant streaming, courses for people who still want to do DVDs if you do that. And we also have all of this on Roku, Apple TV, Fire from Amazon, Samsung Smart TV. So you can watch on your big screen TV. And we also have a lot of free content on the Roku channel as well, interviews that I've done with the artists and so on. So check it out, painttube.tv, not .com, but .tv, all right? And you will find a lot of stuff there. We also have a free gift for you today. The free gift will be 97 incredible art secrets from the world's finest artists. It's a 2-hour sample of some of the incredible stuff that we have produced. And there's lots of great tips in there, and you can get it for free. You can stream it instantly, or you can get DVD if you want to pay the shipping, which is a few bucks. It's 97artsecrets.com/free. And okay, I want to tell you about a couple other things quickly. We have Art Business Mastery Day coming up January 10th. I'm teaching along with about 7 or 8 others. We're going to teach you about sales and marketing and planning and goal setting and all the things that you need to know that we can cram into a day. And it's a $47 day. We're going to do it the full day. We expect probably thousands of people from all over the world, Friday, January 10th. So you get that at streamlineartevents.com/marketing. Write that down, streamlineartevents.com/marketing. We have Watercolor Live coming up, and that is teaching you watercolor online, January 22nd through 24th, with the Essential Techniques Day on the 21st. Go to watercolorlive.com. Okay, that's all I got to talk to you about. Now let's give away, 𝗵𝗿𝗄𝗏, why don't you pull something up that we're going to give away in the chat, and we'll do a chat giveaway real quickly. So, okay, we'll give away a subscription. I'll tell you what, we'll give 2 people, one to Plein and one to Fine Art Connoisseur, our 2 print magazines. The digital subscriptions have about 20% extra content in them. So most people subscribe to both. And so for if you want to win, say, pick me, and we'll just go in there real quickly and pick you. And let's, while they're doing that, let's also give away something else. What else do you want to give away? Okay, let's give away 2 tickets to Art Business Mastery Day. And so we'll just do pick me's, and we'll just go in randomly and pick me's. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start with Fine Art Connoisseur magazine. Francine Doucette is winning the Fine Art Connoisseur magazine digital subscription. Francine, you're going to have to email we'll put the email in the chat where you're going to do that. Okay, now next we're going to go through and we're going to give away the Plein Air magazine subscription. A lot of people are like, I already subscribed. Let's see here. Mary Benedetto, pick me up. Okay, you're getting the Plein Air magazine subscription, digital. So congratulations again. Go into the email to find out, go into the chat to find out the email. Okay, next we have Art Business Mastery Day. I'm scrolling. Wow, there's just tons of you. You guys should go to this. It's going to be spectacular. Okay, Lanny Vincent McPherson, pick me. Well, you've been picked, Lanny. Congratulations. Let's keep going. We'll give away one more. Wow, there's so many of you in here. Okay, Dennis Marshall, you are going to Art Business Mastery Day. For the rest of you that did not win, just go to streamlineartevents.com/marketing. Okay, I think that's it for the day. I think that's the other giveaways. I'm going to go through that one more time. If you go to artschool.live, we're giving away $3,000 worth of prizes, including everything we gave away here today and more. Let's go through the slides of everything we're giving away. We're giving away digital subscriptions to both magazines. We're giving away these videos, these courses, and these courses. And we're giving away a ticket to each of these online events coming up this year. And we're giving away another ticket to Art Business Mastery Day. And we're giving away a ticket to the Plein Air Convention. And anything else? Okay. So make sure you go in there and make sure you go to artschool.live, and then we're going to give those away. You'll let you know by the 30th, but do it before Christmas. Okay. Well, thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to serve you this year. We'll be on the rest of the year. We'll be in here, but since this is the official Christmas show, I just want to say thank you and God bless you. I really appreciate you guys. And I got to give away one more. Okay, let's do one more to Art Business Mastery Day. Let's see. I'm going to scroll through, and let's see here. Terry Chancellor. Well, I clicked on the wrong button. So Kathleen Hooker, you're getting Art Business Mastery, and also Terry Chancellor. I got to find you. Terry Chancellor, you're going to Art Business Mastery. So both of you need to email us. Man, we just gave away a ton of stuff today. Thank you guys again, and have a Merry Christmas. I want to bring Kris back on real quickly. Kris, Merry Christmas, and thank you. And
thank you for having me. This was awesome.
And congratulations on winning Watercolor Live, and a special ticket so you can bring your students. And that's really a nice thing to do.
I am very excited. Thank you very much.
Anybody who wants to do like groups, like an art school or something, we have special licensed editions of Watercolor Live and the other things we do. It doesn't cost a lot more, but at least we get rewarded for, if you got 20 people in the room watching, and we get a little bit more that way. So anyway, thank you for doing this, Kris. You did a great demo today. Merry Christmas. And God bless you.
Yeah, and God bless. Thank you very much.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys. Well, wait, we need a little Christmas dancing. Let's bring Kris back. Okay. Ready? Here we go. Okay. I look like an elf. Oh, that's good. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Christmas.
Goodbye.